Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but by Jeff Kenny. September, Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get the to get one that didn't say diary on it. Great. All I need is for some jerk carrying this book around and get that wrong idea. Seriously, punch. The other thing I want to clear up right away that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm going to write down my feelings in here or whatever, she's crazy. So just don't expect me to be all did diary this and did diary that. The only reason I agreed to do this at all because I figure later on when I'm rich and famous, I'll have better things to do than answer people's silly questions all day long. So this book is going to come in handy. Wait, tell us about your childhood. Were you always so smart and handsome? Flash. Here's my journal. Now shoo. Like I said, I'll be famous someday, but for now, I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of morons. Let me just say for the record, I think middle school is the dumbest idea ever invented. You got kids like me who haven't hit their growth spurts yet, mixed in with these gorillas who need to shave twice a day. Out of my way once! And then they wonder why bullying is such a big problem in middle school. If it was up to me, grade levels would be based on height, not age. But then again, that would mean kids like Chirag Gupta would still in first grade. Today is the first day of school, and right now we're just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish the seating chart. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice. On the first day of school, you gotta be careful where you sit. You walk into the classroom and just plunk your stuff down on any old desk, and the next thing you know, the teacher is saying, I hope you all like where you're sitting because these will be your permanent seats. Duh! So in this class, I got stuck with Chris Jose in front of me and Lionel James in back of me. Jason Brill came in late and almost sat to my right. But luckily, I stopped that from happening in the last second. Is the seat taken? Yes! Next period, I should sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls. As soon as I step into the room. But I guess if I do that, it'll just prove I didn't learn anything from last year. Will you pass this note to Shelley? Why, certainly. Greg is a dog. Well, man, I don't know what is up with girls these days. It used to be a whole lot simpler in elementary school. The deal was, if you were the fastest runner in your class, you got all the girls. At the fifth grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McCoy. Nowadays, it was a whole lot complicated. Now, it's about the kind of clothes you wear, or how rich you are, or if you have a cute butt or whatever. And kids like Ronnie McCoy is scratching their heads, wondering what spec happened. The most popular boy in my grade is Bryce Anderson. The thing that really stinks is that I have always been into girls, but kids like Bryce only come around in the last couple of years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. Girls are stinky poos. Yeah! I don't think girls are stinky poos. But of course, now I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all this time. Like I said, Bryce is the most popular kid in our grade, so that leaves us, the rest of us guys, scrambling for our spots. The best I can figure is that somewhere around 52nd or 53rd most popular this year. But the good news is that I'm about to move up one spot because Charlie Davis is above me and is getting his braces next week. I tried to explain all this popularity stuff to my friend Rowley, who's probably hovering right around 150 mark, by the way. But I think it just goes into the one ear and out the other with him. Wednesday, the day we had face ed. So the first thing I did when I got outside and we tried to sneak off to the basketball court to see if the cheese was still there. And sure enough, it was. The piece of cheese has been sitting on the black top since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something. But after a couple of days, the cheese started to get all moldy and nasty. Nobody would play basketball on the court where the cheese was, even though that was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one day, this kid named Darren Wells touched the cheese with his finger. And that's where they started the thing. It's called the cheese touch. It's basically like cooties if you get the cheese touch. If you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it to someone else. The only way to protect yourself for the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. But it's not that easy remembering to keep your fingers crossed every moment of the day. I ended up taping mine together so they stayed crossed all the time. I got a D in handwriting, but it was totally worth it. This one kid named Abe Hall, who got the cheese touch in April, and nobody would even come near him for the rest of the year. This summer, Abe moved away to California and took the cheese touch with him. I just hope someone doesn't start the cheese touch up again because I don't need that kind of stress in my life anymore. So when the cheese touch became a game, people have been trying to keep their fingers touched. But will Greg stay? Can Greg stay get any worse, or will he get even worse? Find out in the next episode of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell and tell you when we make our videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next reading. And watch Teapot 21 Insectophobes Nightmare 6 that Jack and Jellyfy made. That they made BFDI. Okay, subscribe to this video. Okay, bye-bye.